And we are back with episode 2 of the Go Home Show. Top Turnbuckle podcast will be looking at those Go Home editions of Monday Night Raw, leading into the showcase of the Immortals, WrestleMania. Will there be any last minute additions or cliffhangers to make us tune in to the biggest show of the year? Stick with us as we find out. March the 7th, 1994, the Mid-Hudson Civic Centre in Poughkeepsie, New York. The first thing I noticed about this was the venues were so small. Now the show starts with a recap of the previous week. Then we head down to ringside to join Vince McMahon and the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase for commentary. Ted DiBiase at this point had retired from in-ring competition. Nikolai Volkov was shown ringside in the crowd. He was about to work a program with DiBiase and become the first member of the $1 Million Corporation. He was basically homeless and needed help. First match of the night saw Billy and Bart, the Smoking Guns, taking on Owen Hart and Crush. Owen applies the sharpshooter to Bart for the win. Nothing special, decent TV match. The real news is the first mention of Jerry Lawler on WWF TV since November, as there had been a few charges against him outside of wrestling, but had now been dropped. Vince interviews Crush and Owen at ringside. They basically hype up their WrestleMania matches. It's a decent way to get the heels on the show, even though they had nothing to do with each other. We get a WrestleMania 10 report with Todd Pettingill, where he announces Alundra Blaze's opponent will Leilani Kai, a former WWF Women's Champion who competed at the first WrestleMania. Double J Jeff Jarrett versus Virgil. Ted DiBiase runs down Virgil on commentary. DiBiase tells everyone that Virgil should have never left him, as his career has gone downhill ever since. Which is pretty true. Jarrett hits a jumping DDT for the win. This is not a great match. The announcers pretty much just spoke about Rhonda Shear being part of WrestleMania the whole match. We get a video package hyping Yokozuna versus Tatanka at the March to WrestleMania 10 special. A promo featuring Cy Sperling, the president of the Hair for Men Club, is next. He shows a picture of Mr. Fuji with hair. Doink the Clown with Dink takes on Iron Mike Sharp. Iron Mike gets squirted in the eyes, fails to capture Dink. Doink uses the flying sit-down splash for the win. This was a different Doink, played by either the Brooklyn Brawler Steve Lombardo or Skinner. The commentators here did a decent job of hyping up the mixed tag match at WrestleMania. We get an Ico Pro promo featuring Razor Ramon, and then a Randy Savage Slim Jim commercial. Next we're in the ring, and we have Chief J Little Turtle of the Lumbee Nation and wrestlers Chief J Strongbow and Chief Wahoo McDaniel. Little Turtle gives Tatanka some special feathers. He then puts them on and dances around the ring. IRS versus Mark Thomas. IRS mocks Tatanka's ceremony. We have a sign that reads, "I really stink," and then IRS wins. We get a video package hyping up Lex Luger versus Jimmy Del Rey at the March to 10 WrestleMania special. Jim Cornette and the Heavenly Bodies now head down to the ringside. Cornette tells everyone that Del Rey's role is to make Luger hurt heading into WrestleMania, and that is it. The big angle involved Tatanka, while the rest of the show hyped up WrestleMania and the March 10 WrestleMania special, which is really what we want from this series, I guess. Everyone on this show was due to take part at WrestleMania, even though most of them were involved in the 10-man tag that was actually bumped from the show. Owen and Crush both hyped up their WrestleMania matches, and the commentary was pushing the celebrities and specials coming up as well. It's not a bad go-home show, even though none of the champions were actually involved.